This is a piece here that you'll see in the video when we're on location. I'm showing you where we were on the map here. Our our route that we scouted, we left that walls. We're scouting as transitions. We're looking up breakups in that transition, little points, micro points you can't really see from the aerial map, little openings with thick brush. Remember, everywhere has to be thick for them to feel safe bedding in. It's got to be thick. Those will bed out in the open somewhere, but usually it's still along a transition or something where they can see out or see all around them. But bucks are going to bed in these, typically in these breakups of the transition, corners, bowls, fingers, points, etc., etc. So here we go. All right, guys, this is how we scouted this. This is real short, real simple. You got betting points here. You got a betting point here. And you got a betting point here. And you got a little bit of betting point. See how it's all broken up down in here. And basically, this is how we scouted it, man. And I'll show you how we walked in. It's very simple. I walked this ditch. I hung a few cameras along this ditch. One right here on the corner. Wherever there's a big crossing along that ditch, I hung a camera. I walked this transition. I walked this corner. I walked down in here. And this is where I found the deer stand in this video. You'll see it. And I walked down here, and down in this corner was really, really good. Some really good bedding back in this corner here, all back in here, about 20, 30 yards off of there. And in the video, you will see what I'm talking about. And that is the aerial view of my route, what I scouted. And then I scouted my way all out through here. There was some bedding down here in these little corners too, along these transitions too, and I really like this spot too. But here's the video of me live on location, and here we go. Now we're walking up this transition, all the way up, and it's really good. I'm walking this transition over here, and coming up, big briar patch coming up on the corner here. Boom, climber, man. But hey, man, I hope he's having success, man. You know, guys have limited time. You know, he's in a really good spot where they're coming off that corner. I really think these deer are watching him come in though, but because he's actually up here, right off this bedding, and this corner's full of bedding, man. It's just nothing but nasty greenbrier, and he's probably don't realize it, but he's probably walking right past the buck. He's hunting, so you gotta. But I mean, I hope the guy's successful, man. It's pretty cool, and I'd love to see other hunters out. I really do, man. Guys get pissed off when they find guys in their spots, but you know, tell you the truth, if it wasn't for all of us, there wouldn't be hunting. And we got to remember that to help each other, you know. Maybe I'll run into this guy. We can bullshit a little bit one day. Who knows? Maybe I'll run into him out here and at the truck before he comes in here and knows I've been all through here today. So we'll see. I mean, he's got beat down trail coming out here, so he's been hunting this quite a bit. Here's where he walked in, and we're in the back edge of this cut. The ditch is out there. You can see that opening out there. This is a real good bedding, buck bedding area. It's really super thick, and you know, in here, like I said on various videos, see how super thick it is in here? They can have this to their back, and then the wind would go over the back, and they could watch here and see how you can watch these openings. They can watch the ends of these lanes, of these pine cut lanes, and this is just a great corner here. It's really good. So we got cameras and stuff around here, so this is just a good bedding area, and it's a good example of what I was saying before, is you're not going to find defined beds in here. They're just not going to be in here, because these bucks are going to be, they're going to be bedding over here one day, and then they'll bed over in that corner to one day, and then they'll bed over in here just off the corner another day, and they're going to be, the conditions have to be right for them to bed in here for a certain day, so they're not going to bed in here every day, so they're not going to have worn down beds like the marsh does. So keep that in mind when you're up in the big woods. All right, guys, we're in a corner here. Here's a corner. It's super thick in here, and this is what you want. You got rubs. Here's a rub there, and you got some rubs all around. And guys will think,
Why is these rubs here? Well, you got to think you're in a feature, you're in a quarter. So this corner is super thick, and these bucks are gonna. That's why that's why that rubs here. There's probably a buck bedding in here at one time or another. Here's this corner, super thick in there, and a big trail going in there. So there could be bedding all in there. I mean, that buck, whatever's bedding here, he could be bedded all over in there, you know, and still see out this way. That's what they want. So keep that in mind. There's not going to be a single bed in there, probably. Most likely he's going to be bedded, bouncing around in there all over in this corner, bedding just inside this transition, because he's going to go. I'll go in there and I'll sit down and show you. Now see, we're inside here. Here's a little bedding area. Now you can't really see it, but there's a bed. Look what's behind him. Wind over back, it'd be probably southeast or wind or something like that. Super thick. And you get down in that bed. I might spook him out of here. You get down in that bed. Look at that. That's what he wants. He wants this nastiness behind him, wind over his back, and he can see all that out there. Can see all that opening out there, see? You gotta look for this kind of stuff. This is a corner. This is a great find right here. This little corner sweet. So you walk up in that corner and you think you got these deer figured out. And guess what? Boom. This guy, he's gone. Look at that escape trail right there. Boom, boom. Or he's coming in this way or going out that way. Or he'll jump out and head out that way. So, you know, there's probably bed over there, there's bed over here, there's probably beds all through here. So, but this is a pretty good bed here, see? You can see a wore down area here of a bed, and seem to like something behind them. So, good area.
That's a great little area, man, and that was a cool little find that we went right to the corner and seen a trail, and it was like, it's that basic, man. You know, some of these big channels, these big YouTube channels, they're just making it complicated. And just be basic. Go deer hunt, you know, look for deer sign. And, you know, like, for example, that corner there, when them rubs starting to open up, or at that food source opens up, and you start seeing rubs and scrapes near that closest food source to that bedding area, that is the time it's going to tell you to hunt right there, or in that area. But you got to figure out your entryway to that area without getting busted, because that gentleman in that video that you just seen, he's getting busted because there is stuff probably bedding on that, you know, on that point or that corner, you want to call it, when the wind's right. And there's probably does that are bedding along that straight transition all the way back to that inside corner where we were at the end of the video, and you know, when the wind's not right. So that's the whole thing you got to put together. You know, you might find this bedding. Finding that bedding area is the easiest thing there is. That is easiest pie. Easiest pie. It's knowing when to hunt it and why they're bedding there is the hardest part. So that takes observation sits. It takes, you know, trail camera data. It takes rubs and scrapes, red hot sign, probably near the food source area, the nearest food source area near that bedding is going to tell you, okay, it's time to hunt that bedding area. Not right there where we were. You don't go in and scout in season and right there where we were. That won't work, because you're going to spook everything out of there, and then hang a stand, and then you think you're going to kill that buck that's sat there watching you walk in or smelling you or hear you. But the red hot sign's going to be near that nearest food source to that, near that bedding area, if that makes sense. So hopefully. Guys, don't forget to check my family's shop out, man. Armed American Supply. You know, it's great stuff. I'm really, really interested in our gun rights. I want to keep them. I love the outdoors. I love to hunt. And I really, really think it's important that we have and keep our Second Amendment rules. So make sure you go over, even if you don't buy nothing, click my link, go over there, check it out. It's awesome stuff, man. It's really cool stuff. It supports our Second Amendment, and it also supports and has a whole line of clothing, hoodies, hats, t-shirts for blue collar workers of our country. So go over there and check it out, man. I appreciate everybody, and once again, make sure you follow, subscribe, and like to the Buck Site. Peace.